Welcome, everybody. Look, we're all at the same table.
I know. It doesn't happen often.
I know.
Amazing.
It's amazing. We are here at Angela's house in
We-
Raleigh, North Carolina.
We're in my new room, sort of. Not done yet, but enough that we can be in here.
Yes, we are so excited that you guys are joining us. We thought tonight we would talk about some really fun things quilting, always as usual, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about some trends in the industry that we're seeing.
Right.
Right?
Are you up with the trends, Jake?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, we're gonna try out our new tagline. You're gonna say the Quirky Quilters. I'm gonna say,
Okay, I'm supposed to say, hi, we're the Quirky Quilters.
and we're here to entertain you.
And I'm here to smile and nod.
What does everybody think about that one? Do you think we should go with it? I think we will. What do you think?
Maybe.
Give us a thumbs up or let us know, guys, what you guys think. All right, so the trends in quilting. It's a big topic, right?
Yeah, it is.
The trends is either what is really happening in 2023, which we need to look up. Can you look up the Pantone color, please? Oh, Angela, can you look up the Pantone color? And then we're going to talk about, I mean, it could also be what your trends are. I mean, I'm not wanting to talk about, 2024 trends, but things we can talk about that happen in our store. We see some trends of some people either like really big quilts, very intricate quilts, or they like really quick and fast quilts. So you tell us what you guys think and what you guys like, but we're going to talk about some of that as well. Is that it right there?
Yeah. Very peach.
Peachy, yeah. So the color is called what?
Peach fuzz.
Peach
Peach
fuzz.
fuzz.
So that's the color, the Pantone color for 2024, peach fuzz.
Not my favorite color.
That's what I've heard from a lot of people. So I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about. I think peach fuzz sounds wonderful for a drink.
Yeah. Peach fizz, peach fuzz.
Right? But what do you think for peach? I don't know. I mean, my daughter, I will let you know, my youngers. Hello, Gary from Springfield, Massachusetts. So awesome. My daughter loves, so I feel like some of the younger, so my daughter and another young lady that worked for us until she left to have a baby.
Okay, so I have to say, there's a moth flying around and it just landed on the computer. So all of us are laughing because we're looking at this moth going, thanks.
We have a guest.
We have a guest, a guest that has joined us. But anyway, my youngers who have joined us love the softer pastel colors. So I would love to hear what everybody tends to like in their palette. Hello, Yvonne, how you doing? I tend to like brighter.
I'm definitely brighter.
I would probably agree with that.
Right. And you
Yeah.
love batiks, and I don't know if I'm quite the batik fan. Hello, Bobby, how are you? And I don't know. I mean, there's just all kinds of wonderful things. So the
Yeah.
trends I think that we're seeing that are happening in the store are rather, I think, kind of interesting. There are some of our quilters who love a big, gigantic Judy Niemeyer quilt.
Yeah. Well, you had said you liked that.
I do. I like the. I haven't tried it, but paper piecing, I like perfection, I guess, or strived for perfection. So I think with the paper piecing, giant Judy Niemeyers are beautiful, and those points are perfect, and just the colors, most of them that I've seen are very colorful. So I really enjoy those, as
right.
well as paper piecing along with legit kits.
There's a big difference. Bright and Civil War.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Bright but
Mm.
Civil War. Yvonne, that is so cool. Hello.
Yeah.
So Bobby from Eugene, Oregon. Is that correct? So I have family in Eugene. So
I've been
We've
to
been-
Eugene.
we've been there. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. My nephews go to school in Eugene.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But anyway, bright, but also Civil War.
That's a big difference.
Well, that's pretty kind of cool. So are you saying you love, okay.
Mm.
So trends again. So we're talking about the Pantone of the color usually comes out. And sometimes I see people really pop onto that color. Ha 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 ha. Sorry for the pun. or they don't. And I feel like this year they really like totally missed the mark.
I mean, I don't know if they missed the mark. I have a feeling what they're saying it's going to be a trend in what we see in fabric and what we see in paint colors and interior design things. So probably is going to be in all those things because it's a good blender color. But to me, it is not going to be. I don't know what she's trying to tell me. Oh well, that's pink. That's not peach. I'm like, what is she trying to tell me over here? I don't know that it's going to be the star. I don't know that peach can be the star. But if you think peach can be the star, can you show me a quote where it is one? Like, post it for us because
Yeah.
I'd like to see a quote that peach is the star in
Right.
and not
A background.
yeah, or the zinger maybe. I mean, it could be a zinger in a quote too, right? But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so historically, the colors were actually quite vibrant during the Civil War. True. So those same colors, Javon, that we think is muted and darker now, were actually quite bright during the Civil War. So some of the Civil War fabrics are now starting to show the true colors that would have been shown during the Civil War.
Right. I do love I love the greens, the deep rich
Yeah.
greens, the
deep
deep rich,
purple.
the purple,
Purples,
Mhm.
yeah.
and even the mustard color. I'm going to say the mustard color is a phenomenal color.
It is. It is a great tie everything together color.
And that was the color I have seen when we are looking at fabric for the past couple of years when we're buying fabric that seemed like the mustard colors just recently died away, but it was very prominent the past couple of years. So
Bobby said she's a red, white, and blue.
yes.
Also kind of Americana, maybe.
And batiks,
I
yes.
love batik. She's my girl.
We do have batiks in our store. Yes, I try to keep the red, white, and blue for all those wonderful things that are out there for the red, white, and blue.
Maybe batiks in this room. Just say.
And Sandra is from South Mississippi. Hello, hon. So we're kind of talking about trends in the quilting world, but trends can be in anything. They could be the 2024 color peach, or they could be what is trending in your world, right? Because trends are sometimes that's a relative term. I really feel it's a very relative term.
I agree. I agree.
Right. So what are the other things that I'm seeing? I think that we are hearing about some the fabrics that are coming out like we were digital versus print.
Yeah, digital printing is definitely a trend that we're seeing.
Mhm.
And I think it's one that's going to continue
Yes.
because it is it's okay, it's not more economical per yard for them to produce it, but they don't have to produce as much. So it ends up overall being more economical for the fabric manufacturers to produce. And they can give us more variety.
And then
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially very intricate applique with the industry using the laser cutter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So having some kits that are a little bit faster to put together, but also very tiny pieces has been a wonderful, I think, advancement in the quilting world. To be honest with you, we love the laser
I'm
cutter.
also seeing a lot more quilts coming into my showroom that are needle turn or hand applique, maybe not
Mhm.
needle turn applique, but using different hand applique. So I think people are finding ways to do handwork again too. It's just good.
There was one in your shop today.
There was one in my shop today. It was beautiful.
Yes, right. So applique and paper piecing. Yes, obviously the Judy Niemeyer
Yeah.
and
Quilts of
Jacqueline
Valor.
DeYoung.
Cool. Quilts of Valor are always part of my heart. Yeah.
But the paper piecing with and then can we talk about paper piecing and can we talk about legit kits? Have you all seen legit kits?
If you want intricate, tiny pieces.
Yes.
Yes, they are tiny, tiny big pieces.
And slightly shaded from one fabric to another. So it is pretty amazing. Those folks have some wonderful patterns that are paper piece, but lots of fabrics that are in one kit. So they are no longer everything is digital
I was
for
trying to get one up so that we could see it. Like
right. So that is, I think,
so like
Help to it.
Okay, I was trying to get it up bigger than it is, and it's not working for me. So give me just a.
Okay.
There we go. It's
If you could send that to me, I can put it up on the screen for the viewers
It's-
to.
Matt. Sorry, Neil. LEGIT. Legit kits.
There we go. Look at we got our little
So yeah.
Neil in the background helping us, watching us fumble and bumble, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to help you all."
I'm supposed to be doing this for you. You're not letting me. So yeah.
So we're going to show you some pictures of that. So with the trends on the paper piecing, it's just been pretty amazing. Perfect. So
Yeah, click,
Neil,
there we go.
there we go. So you can scroll through. We can start seeing some of these wonderful.
Really intricate,
Jet
very
stuff,
small. Oh, that
yeah.
turtle is.
Look at the turtle. Can you
adorable.
highlight on the turtle? Yes, perfect, Neil. Look at that.
That turtle is great.
We have actually, I have seen the eagle in our store and
Oh.
quilted it, and it is fabulous.
I've seen the frog in the
Fabulous.
store.
Yeah, that claw had like what 40 pieces in it or something.
Right,
Like that.
right,
It's a tiny pieces, different
right.
shades.
He just released a free sample pattern to show
Oh.
his process of the legit kits. Fabulous. So all of you who are interested in legit kits, you need to go to legitkits.com. I'm sure that's what it is, right, Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yes, it is legit
perfect.
kits.
And there's a free download for you guys. With that, they're going to give you the fabrics. With that, again, I'm going to tell you that your local quilt shop is going to be able to help you because they might not, I do not necessarily have Robert Kaufman Kona solids, but we have paintbrush solids, which are very close, and we have conversion charts. So with your local quilt store, you can also look up for conversion charts from one Kona line to another paintbrush line to there's a couple other that you can get as well. So there's tools out there that are fabulous. So hello, Arceli, how are you? Headed down to Texas here pretty soon, Miss Arceli. Gonna go to Temple. I'm so excited. So with some other trends, Neil, if you want to pop us back up, that would be great. The needle turning applique.
Yeah. Or
What do you-
hand application.
Hand applique. Why do you think that's like trending?
I just think it's coming back. To be honest, I'm seeing a lot more of that coming in, and also more like English paper piecing coming in. I think people are looking for things that they can do, when they're at a sporting event or when they're on the plane, and it's something that's very transportable that you can do, as opposed to like putting a binding on a quilt where you have to take an entire queen size quilt with you. I've done both. So yeah. But yeah.
Rob, we done that. Well.
Yeah. When I travel, I always have a English paper piecing project with me.
Really?
I can't sit still, guys.
That's awesome. I love the hexies
Mhm.
and the paper piecing together with the hexies is so amazing.
Yeah.
How those are so fabulous. And I think you're right with the trend of people wanting to do something away from their machine which is wonderful because that means we're gathering in the sewing world some younger quilters, some younger sewers, some younger crafters. So I think that's very important.
I think we're still trending younger in our demographics too. And that may be partially because I see a lot more modern quilters. But even at market, it was trending younger in demographics. A lot of the quilt shops that have been owned by people that may have been aging out have been purchased by younger people or taken over by kids or grandkids. So the whole market is starting to trend younger as well, which is wonderful for our industry.
Well, I would also say embroidery and the long arm have helped that as well.
Oh, I agree for sure. Yeah.
So that with long arms being more accessible into people's homes and mid arms being accessible in people's homes, and especially some of the advancement with when you say, Jake, with the stitch regulators that are coming out on the machines that we are saying.
Well, I mean, as far as quilting, it takes the fear out of it because people they want a perfect result, and the worry is if they're not moving in sync with the speed of the machine, that they're not going to get consistent stitches. But now with the stitch regulator, I feel like that kind of takes the fear out of it, and hopefully they grow out of it.
They will.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, the stitch regulator also limits too, because it can only keep up with you so far. Like it has to keep up with something. So if you're moving too fast, it's going to have a harder time keeping up. But just that kind of safety net, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, and we're definitely seeing more domestic machines put stitch regulators on them. So
Yes.
I agree.
Okay, so Charlotte loves the needle churn and hasn't done it for a few years. Linda, hello, Linda, how are you? You can say,
Council Bluffs.
and she said the legit kits look like fun. What I think is interesting about paper piecing is it can take something that is odd shaped and make it into a beautiful quilt, right? Because it's not that half square triangle, the rectangle, the traditional piecing that we see, and like the Civil War quilts, right? The Civil War piecing, that traditional piecing, and makes it something that's accessible. I actually, one of my favorite things to do is crumb quilting and taking all of my little pieces and putting them together and making enough for a bag, and then you can put that together as a bag. And that's another thing I would think of trending in sewing is bags are coming back in again, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see quite as many of those in my store. But
No, you
yeah.
don't. No. But we have brought on Sally Tomato.
Oh, I've made a lot of her stuff. Yeah. They're
Right.
just really, really easy to make. And when you're doing a bag, you want it to come out looking professional, but not be hard.
Right.
Yeah. I want it to make me look brilliant and be easy.
Right. And so here's what Sally Tomato has done in this world of the trends. We have seen this laser cut cork that she has it all ready to go, that all you have to do is sew it together, and it's done in a half hour to an hour, probably maximum.
Yeah.
So there's that trend of taking something new, a laser cutter that can cut your fabric for you and be already ready to go for you.
Precise.
Super precise, super accurate, but all that slow cutting is done for you. So
Yeah.
then you just sit down to the sewing machine.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, you have to think computerized long arming is kind of that same thing,
Mhm.
right? Where I used to free motion quilt all my quilts. Now I program a computer, right? And it's not as easy as programming it, just happens by itself. There's skill to this, guys.
Mhm.
But, it's not as hard as, I don't want to say it's not as hard. It doesn't take me as long, we'll put it that way, as free motion quilting it would.
Right.
I still love free motion quilting. It's still where it brings me joy. But now I can draw it on my tablet too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How about the trend of t-shirt quilts? I noticed the trend of t-shirt quilts are usually we're in t-shirt quilt heaven right now. That's mostly what a lot of our quilts coming through are on the long arm from my
So
customers.
for the next couple months, we're going to get lots of t-shirt quilts. Yeah, we are. That is normal this time of year. And yeah, so that trend is like a cyclical trend
Yes.
throughout the year. I see a lot of them going into graduation and a lot of them around, let's say, the Christmas
Yes.
time of frame when people didn't quite get the graduation, go to college quilts done yet.
Mhm. But I do see some also of the trends. Thank you, Kathy. The trends sometimes are even smaller things of quilting. Like I love I found a quilted heart.
Oh,
That is so wonderful because it reaches those smaller projects you can do with your scraps. And that quilted heart you can put out, hello, Julie, and you can put out anywhere. You're supposed to put it in a path where somebody's going to walk and find it randomly.
mhm.
And not in a store, not in a major area, but somewhere randomly, like on a walking path. But it touches somebody's heart. So I just love the simplicity of it, but yet the design, the time that it took. But it's a small project.
Yeah.
So, what would you say would be another potential with the long arm? I would say thread art, wouldn't you?
Thread art,
Mm.
jeans jackets.
Jeans jackets. Yes.
I made another one last week.
Yes. Yes. I would say whole cloth quilts, not so much though.
I haven't seen a lot. I mean, I've seen some beautiful ones,
Right.
but I haven't seen them as much lately as I did like maybe 4 years ago.
Do you think that's the reason because the whole cloth quilts and like you had said, some people when long arms came out and this free motion frenzy kind of out there, and then people realize that it is a really hard skill sometimes if you don't dedicate time to it. You can absolutely everybody can free motion quilt, no doubt, but you do have to put some skills to it and some practice time, like learning how to play the piano or learning how to do calligraphy. You need to put some practice time to it, right?
I also think that may be why we're not seeing as many even computerized whole cloth quilts, because they've learned that that takes some skill too.
Right.
Right. So you're still talking about things that you got to build your skills to do. And both of those arenas, right? If you're going to do a free motion whole cloth quilt or a computerized whole cloth quilt. It's not as easy as just put it in and print it.
But then I would say that the birth of digital pantographs.
Oh my gosh. I don't think we can call that. That's just a way of life. like I have no intention of giving those up. Not happening. Not trending down.
Yeah, you're gonna keep trending up.
I'm still gonna go out and buy. I designed my own and still go out and buy them, guys. So no.
Are you a pantograph order? Is that what you're saying?
Have it into okay. So my pantograph. Did you see my pantograph book at the showroom today? It is a 6-inch binder. I mean, I'm talking 6-inch binder.
We have one of those too, Jake.
Yeah, we do. You have it too.
Okay.
Full of just pantographs, nothing but pantographs. And I'm still buying more and creating more. So yeah. Oops.
All right, Bobby, keep listening. We love that you're listening while you're quilting. That's wonderful. So I feel like the beautiful intricacies of the digital pantograph has brought this beauty to the quilts that you don't necessarily have to do always this free motion quilting.
Oh yeah.
To bring out a beauty in a Judy Niemeyer or in all of this other.
You're still going to have those people that like that engineered precision side of what we do, and that's what the computer excels at. That it can make every single feathered reef on a quilt look exactly the same. It excels at it, but that's not the only thing that a computer can do. Like it can make things that are organic too. You just have to ask it to do it. Right. Hey, Donna.
All right, from Alabama. That's so awesome.
So we know Donna.
Yeah. So I feel like the trends that are happening are all going to be like kind of relative to our own little worlds, right? I would say in Omaha, because we're from Omaha, right? Green tractors are way, way more in the know than red tractors.
Okay, anybody here from North Carolina? Do we have tractors? Just thought of it. We do. We have farming here in North Carolina.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
And do you know? Okay, so the highest pig farming is done in Iowa. Do you know what the second state is?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. So yeah. So I'm not sure.
Hi, Diane from Kansas. Hey, whoa, go Kansas City Chiefs, Swift Nation. Woo!
Go Swift.
Go Swifts. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I cheered for the Kansas City Chiefs. I know who they are.
Go overtime.
Very true, Neil. That was a good game.
Right.
Yes, there are definitely tractors in North Carolina.
And Alabama, yes. And hi, Kathy from Indiana. And we got Joe from New Mexico. Awesome. And Illinois, Vonda
from Illinois. Wow.
That's really awesome. So we're kind of talking about trends in quilting, but trends are relative, right? Like it's what you like. And don't be afraid to try new trends. So if you are a bright Civil War girl, maybe you could try some low volume because there's a beautiful low volume quilt that we just got into the store. And the fabrics are just from whites to light grays to maybe a tad bit, one hair lighter than light gray and different designs. And it's just stunning to see those put together. Tina.
She loves her Ellie.
Yay, we love Ellie
You
too.
do love Ellie. She was playing on mine today.
Yes, I was. I wrote Kathy was here.
Yeah, I have proof. And remember that Civil War, anytime you're using the backgrounds from Civil War, you can scrappy quilt and still do low volume, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to go full modern to be low volume.
Right.
You can try things out in the genre you like too. Because I'm a modern quilter. What I like is very graphical and very modern. I still quilt with batiks though, which is not a modern trend.
No, I think batiks are on the down low right now. I'm sorry.
I think you are wrong at this household.
Again, relative, right?
Yeah,
She loves them.
I still love batiks, and I'm still probably going to buy them, but I don't think they're as popular as
No,
they were
they're
for a
not.
while.
All across the industry, those are down. So there's a trend for you.
Yeah, not
you-
one that makes me happy. They are wrong.
I know, but if you want your batiks in your store, go to your local quilt store and buy them.
That means I haven't been shopping as much as I should.
That could be it,
Yeah.
right? So the trend drivers are really you guys, right?
Hi,
Again, Galen loves batiks. Yeah. The trend centers are you guys, right? It's just what you guys are buying. We slowly catch up to that, and then it becomes a trend, right? Like metallics. Metallics, I love metallics. Robert Kaufman metallics are my favorite. And those tend to go pretty well in our store. And it's pretty amazing how a trend can be in our store and in 5 miles away from us in another store, like batiks are selling like crazy, and in our store batiks don't sell at all. It is kind of amazing how each store has its own flavor and its own trend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've noticed trends specific to communication, communities and groups, pattern trends. A few people will start making a new pattern and it will become very wildly popular. True. You'll see the same, like a 9 patch, if it's what's popular right now, and like every pattern designer out there will be using 9 patches in some ways. So sure.
Elizabeth, one of the best ones on that is the exploding heart.
Oh yeah.
It exploded.
It exploded, and Laura Pyland, who's a phenomenal pattern writer, and I got to she did trunk show for us, right? And that pattern has been on #1 on Checker for a couple of years.
Yeah. And Eva said, or somebody asked, why are boutiques trending down? Sorry, you have the right one. Diana said it. I have a feeling that we're looking at a timing issue with that. That part of the reason that you're not seeing as many boutiques on the market is also because they weren't able to bring boutiques to the market for a little while.
Right. The port issue is one of them. The cost is probably another one. So with tightening of some economy.
And I also think COVID probably played a part because being able to produce something that you're producing out in a field with many, many people, but still social distancing doesn't work.
Didn't a storm or something hit one of the?
Yeah, there's been typhoons in that
Yeah.
area. So I think that we're looking at a supply and demand issue with the boutiques too, and not just a popularity situation with that trend.
Well, but I will, yeah. And let's see, kits. Are kits a trend? Absolutely.
Kits and pre-cuts.
Kits and pre-cuts.
Yeah.
And fat quarters. Fat quarters are a trend.
But for some reason, it seems to me that like the strip jelly roll trend is not as strong as it used to be.
They're just using pre-cuts for other things, I think. I'm in that bandwagon because I don't like to cut.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, but I see people buying and I see more emphasis being placed on, layer cakes and the other shapes than the big long strips. I think there's a place for both. I just don't see as many of them as I used to.
Right. Well, I think again, it's people are as pattern writers get more sophisticated, because I really feel like sometimes some of the pattern writing is just so amazing that sometimes what draws people, and like I think part of the exploding heart trend is it came back to the simplicity because it was half square triangles and quarter square triangles.
Yeah.
That it exploded. It was wonderful.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing them come into my store anymore either. You may still be seeing them.
Yeah, and we're selling them for sure.
Yeah.
I think they are also trending towards more the jelly rolls are towards bag making and things that are like table toppers and different things like that are quick and fast. for people
Okay.
who work full time but still want to sew.
So when the Hoffman strips came out to begin with, I had to buy every single one that came out for many, many years. So I have stacks of those. I don't even see them in stores anymore.
The
Hoffman 2.5-inch strip.
okay.
But the boutique ones.
There's her world.
Yeah.
Right. Quality control. Elizabeth is a perfectly
Yeah.
example. Some of them are 2.5, the way they cut. I have a great reel out there talking about my sewing room was clean until I opened up a jelly roll, then the fuzz went everywhere. So yes, quality control.
It was
But-
that or Minky.
But I will tell you, Jabs Tex, and we were just I was at a meeting with Scott Fortunoff, and he actually talked about how they just bought a company for pre-cuts. So you guys are going to start seeing some more pre-cuts from the Jabs Tex line, like Tula and Cafe and
Cool.
and Tim Holtz, because none of those have been pre-cuts before. So now I think there's going to be some of that's going to be happening. Okay, Joe, I have a collection of pre-cuts and I love when I use them. I think if pattern writers would show them used as an option. Right. That whole pattern writing, Joe, is a science. It's an art, rather. It is an art. It's not a science. It is an art. So, and it's amazing when you find your pattern writer that you gel with, that you're always going to buy their patterns because you just read the same language. Because we all, pattern writing is a hard business. I've done a couple.
Me too.
So my hat's off to all of those pattern writers who love just to do this, because that's a hard job.
Well, and I think that embroidery is kind of the same way too, that we see trends on designers that are wildly popular, like Kimberbell, right? What I mean, I've done a bunch of her stuff. It's always really cute. It's easy to do, and it's something I can do typically in a couple hours. So it's fun because I can get something done really quick, and they always look good. There's other ones out too. Pickle Pie does them, and
Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea, that's the other one I'm trying to think of.
Yep.
All really, really good in embroidery, right? So I just finished a jelly roll quick, and I'm working on another one.
That's what's really nice about pre-cuts. I will just say that trend in the pre-cuts of having something quick to grab and go, and especially if you're traveling across the nation. So we're right off of I-80. We have lots of people who come to visit. It's kind of fun that they can pick, because we make our quilts exclusive to our shop and put in different things sometimes. So people can grab kits and like kind of go, and then you have something tangible that's right there that you can sew.
She was saying that jelly rolls with jelly roll races. Yeah, the weird thing is in my shop, I don't see many. Like I just don't see many quilts that have been made out of 2.5-inch strips. Now there was one on my frame today that was made. Would have had it been with 1.5-inch strips because it was 1-inch finished strips of black and whites. It's just not something I'm seeing coming in my showroom, and I don't know. Maybe they're just not trending here in Raleigh anymore. That's possible.
Right. Look at Vonda. Vonda, great line right there. I like yardage, but in order to get a great variety of a whole line, a jelly roll, much more practical. Absolutely. And then you can broaden that quilt by adding just 1 or 2 pieces that you like from that whole line as a border or a backing.
Yeah. And there are designers that only design in pre-cuts. It's like, it would be like that combination of jelly rolls and, layer cakes, or the 5-inch ones. Dime packs.
Charm square.
Nickel charm squares. Yeah, there was a pie one too. I think at one point I gave up. And cinnamon buns, which were
that's
the
a
little
skinny
strips. Yeah, I like them. I'm not saying I don't like them. I just, like I said, I'm not seeing them come into or I'm not recognizing them as that, which is good too.
I love the fact that we talk about jelly rolls.
Yeah, there's no calories,
and we're referring to fabric.
Yeah,
because I put that YouTube out about the jelly roll funny thing, about the fuzzies.
Yeah,
and somebody actually commented going, "I don't understand what you're talking about." I'm like, that's why I said at the top, my sewing room would be the hint that I'm talking about sewing.
Quilting, something with quilting. Yeah.
Right. So one of the newest trends that I will say in our store that has been fabulous as a kit is Sassy Sunflower has this 5 half-yard fabrics that make 8 quilts now, and you get to choose a pattern from 8 quilts and or a tote. So it's 5 half-yard cuts. They're called half packs, and you use up every ounce of that fabric. So there's nothing left over.
I would like that.
Right. And so, as a matter of fact, as a trend, Two Chicks Quilting from Ganado, Texas, went to the Houston Quilt Market with only a festival. She went to festival with only half packs. That
Oh,
was her
wow.
whole booth, just half packs.
Wow.
So, and she did a fabulous job. And so 5 great fabrics that go together, half yard cuts that make a beautiful, what we call nappy quilt. So we keep those in stock on our store, and you can buy them and you can get to choose the pattern with them. They go together. A, they're great because they're super fast. B, very economical. And C, they're just a ton of fun.
How many of us heard nappy quilt and thought minky?
Well, when I first opened the store, I was very fortunate to have Weeks Ringley in my store from Modern Quilter. And she refers to the throw size as a nappy quilt because it's perfect just to lay on the couch, and from here on down, you're covered and you can take a nap.
So says the person that's not very tall. I don't know about you, Jake, but I would personally like a twin size quilt if that's very tall. And I do want it backed with minky or cuddle, right?
Yeah, right. The least waste as possible, Kathy. Exactly. I think that's a trend that we are seeing in the quilting world, is also using up our stash and finding, and that's what, as a quilt store, we work really hard, and I know you probably do as well, on helping people. We have a UFO project, unfinished objects. We have turn your UFOs into completely executed objects, CEOs. So we're helping people, we're motivating people. We got to get on there on Wednesday, and we're going to motivate people to keep on going from starting of 2024. We're going to finish what's going in our stash, give some great ideas of how you can actually finish and use what's in your stash. So yes, use all of your leftovers, wonderful things like that. So that's what I think is another trend in quilting and in our society as a whole. Repurposing, talking about jeans, we're talking about jean jackets, repurposing, don't you think?
Oh yeah, even going into like a thrift store and finding quilts that maybe aren't in good shape and repurposing them into bags or jackets or teddy bears, right? Because a quilt that's old, and a lot of people have issues with this because you're cutting up sometimes an antique quilt. But here's the thing: if a quarter of it's missing because the dog ate it, it's not really usable as a quilt anymore, and it has no value. So using them as something that will bring comfort to somebody else, that to me is valuable. Making a pillow out of it even is great.
Right.
So,
we did that for our store. So one of the themes one year for our local quilt guild, the show, was a stitch in time.
okay.
So I went to an antique store and I'm like, I gotta find something. Nothing like the last minute, because that's what I do. But I did. I found an old cross-stitch tablecloth and I turned it into a clock.
Yeah.
So I had Tim Holtz fabric and gears on the front. I had it's on our webpage for sure, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure because it's behind.
It's in our
a lot of the
videos.
reels.
Yeah, it's in our videos for sure on YouTube. Sorry, not shameless plug. Sorry.
Yeah.
Insert shameless plug right here. No, but it was fun to take, and what I did to get it to have some inspiration of when you find something old like that, but it was just the cross stitch tablecloth, and it was a pretty big round tablecloth. And I laid it over the long arm for about a week or so while I'm working in the long arm room, letting it marinate in my brain on what to do with it. And so then it finally kind of dawned, and we started going down this path, and it was just so much fun. So it's my prized possession. Somebody asked to buy it, and I said no. I can't part with it. It is going to with us, though. Guess where it's going to go?
Is it going to Nashville?
It's going to Nashville.
Are you guys going to Nashville? Is anybody going to Nashville with us?
So, what's Nashville, Jake?
How do you explain it?
Okay, so Nashville.
I'm going to
It's a
smile and nod,
retreat.
remember?
Yeah, you're gonna go smile and nod.
He's going to smile and nod a lot. Nashville's a treat that APQS is holding. It's actually, I think they're calling it now the Big Red Bow Retreat. You may have also heard of us call it the All-Star Retreat. So it is Tracy Russell, Angela Huffman, Kathy, Jake, and I are going to Nashville. And then some of the APQS names that you love. Lindsay, if you've ordered a machine, she is our salesperson. And she's the one who made sure your order came in correctly. Amy, who is our service manager, is supposed to be there. John, our CEO, right? So we're going to go party in Nashville in June of 2024. We have dates, guys.
June 2nd through the 4th.
June 2nd through the 4th. We're actually going to Franklin, Tennessee, which is just outside of Nashville. And we're really, really excited to go there and learn how to quilt. Oh, I'm going to go learn how to quilt.
You were teaching, girl.
Teaching. I want to go learn how to quilt.
Oh, Susie's going to Nashville.
Susie
Awesome.
is going to Nashville. For sure she is. Yeah.
Absolutely. She is. So some of the classes, Tracy and Angela are doing hands-on free motion and ruler work.
The other Angela.
Yeah, Angela Huffman, sorry.
I can teach those, but they wouldn't let me.
No, they're good. She's the computer expert. That's why.
I get to teach quilt path.
Yay!
all
That's
day.
her. That's her love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quilt path class as well, but then I'm gonna do what I love to do on the long arm in my trending world is to do different anything but cotton. And then so that means I'm gonna talk about my leather, my jean work. I'm gonna talk about my clock. My clock will be there. So if you want to sign up, how do you sign up?
You're gonna call APQS. Well, there's going to be a landing page. We don't have that yet, but we will put it up on all of our sites as soon as we have it.
Yep.
So there's going to be a landing page that you can actually get more information. They're working on that. They're hoping to get it out really soon. But if you want to find out more information and get signed up before then, you're going to call APQS and ask to talk to Lindsay Pottersdam.
Yeah, but just say Lindsay.
Just say Lindsay. There's actually 2 Lindsays at APQS now.
But if you go to apqs.com, there's the number that you can call, ask for Lindsay, and she will get you on the short list. So June 2nd through 4th, the cost is going to include 2 days of 2 classes each day, plus a panel talk with all of us, even the guy who's going to wink and nod.
On the first night. So you come in, that very first night is going to be a panel talk. Then you're going to go upstairs to your room and you're going to have a private room.
Mm-hmm.
So single occupancy room. I think they're probably double occupancy truly, but you have a room to yourself. And then you're going to come back down the next morning and you get to choose which 2 classes you want to take on day 1. And then on day 2, you get 2 classes as well. Now, the night of day 1, everyone that bought during the Big Red Bow event last fall is going to go out to dinner with all of us.
Susie, you get to go out to dinner with us.
Susie, you're going out to dinner with us too. I don't know that you know that one yet. So we're going to have fun. So yeah, we can't wait.
Are you excited, Susie? I hope you are, because it's going to be a blast.
It is going to be a really fun time.
So it's a new era for APQS. We're going to be doing lots more fun stuff, and this is going to be really exciting. This is the first time for APQS for us to do this. It's a new trend we're setting.
Yeah, it is. We're setting a trend.
Yes, we are. We're setting a trend.
And there's happy, joy.
Yay!
Yay! That's what we want to hear.
So,
she's like, I've been waiting to find out information.
Yay. So a new trend is going to be us, doing some. We have some ideas. We're going to do some fun things through the Quirky Quilters with Jake, kind of, and a little bit with us of we're going to do dueling long arms.
When we do dueling long arms, and then Jake and I are kind of trying to do some embroidery stuff together. Somebody here is teaching me how to use a serger. I actually did bad things to my serger this week. So yeah, it's not good. But luckily, Melissa that works for me is gold, and she fixed whatever I did.
I think that's another trend. Can I just say that in the sewing world? It's
sergers. Yeah, great. I thought I did so good. I sewed like 4 inches and my tension was perfect. So I tried my project and my tension was awful. I don't know why.
I have a question for everybody because I haven't researched it. I'm going back to the color of the year.
Oh,
Peach fuzz, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do they determine that? Like what are they evaluating to determine that's going to be the color of the year?
I have no idea how Pantone does
Because
that.
I've never like researched it.
No.
Do you guys know?
And maybe they just pull it out of a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do peach fuzz this year. I don't know. I mean, designers definitely know 2 years in advance,
Mhm.
like what their colors are going to be in their material. So I would
Mhm.
think that the home deck,
Community's going off of that. What
and
colors, yeah.
Pantone is paint. So I would imagine it's going off of home deck, what they think it's going to be
People
trending.
are
So
designing.
somebody is steering that too,
Mhm.
a little bit, right?
But that doesn't mean you have to like peach fuzz.
Oh, she said Melissa's amazing. I love Mom Melissa. Thank you.
Jenny, you're awesome. So, trends are relative. What you say?
Yeah.
Try new trends because maybe you're going to find one that you like and you're going to be trending on it for a while.
Maybe you can set
Well,
the trend.
Yes.
or maybe it'll just get you back into your sewing room for a while.
Yes. So if you have been out of your sewing room and you need a little bit of energy to get back in, try something simple just to get you sewing. So maybe it is a jelly roll race with jelly rolls that are already pre-cut for you and that you can help get going a little bit more. Because that's what's important is getting you going. So there's lots of videos out there for you to see and to learn from with all the pre-cuts, or make something up your own.
Yeah. You be
Yeah.
the trendsetter.
Yes.
Yeah. Get into EQ8 and make your own quilts.
Right.
Sit down with a sheet of graph paper.
Graph paper. Just do some graph paper because it doesn't need to. Or actually, I think freeform crochet is amazing. I love freeform quilting in a way too. I call it crumb quilting, where I take my little pieces and I make one big piece kind of thing out of it. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, Deb, if you call APQS, they can give you those details. They've got them now. Like we know where we're staying. We have contracts. We know what's going on.
Yes, Deb.
What the classes are going to be. Lindsay's got it all. She is amazing.
So here's the thing that happened. The big obstacle is everybody likes to get married in Nashville.
Who knew?
What?
Right?
Yeah.
I guess
When you think
Nashville is
about it,
this.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Nashville is this wonderful place for everybody. It's a destination place for weddings.
Yeah.
So when we thought we would be able to do April, we were like, oh yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
April sounds good to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get on that bandwagon anywhere near soon
Right.
enough.
Couple
Not
years
even
too
close.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We weren't engaged soon enough
And
to
then
do
We
that.
wanted it to be a nice place and to be kind of a high-end kind of experience for you guys. So that was part of it as well, making sure that we got the right hotel.
Mhm.
So for what we were trying to do.
Eva has a great suggestion.
She does, doesn't she?
To restart your interest, take a class and have some fun.
Yes.
And I'm going to reiterate, take a beginner class and maybe you're going to learn something that you missed the first time around that will re-energize what some of the frustrations you had before, if you had frustrations before.
Yeah.
And different teachers teach different wonderful techniques, even in beginning quilting.
Well, yeah, and everyone's like even just threading your machine, right?
Mhm.
So I had somebody on the phone today say, "Oh, I don't think they taught me how to thread my machine with cotton, that I needed to thread it differently." Okay, she took her class with Dawn Cavanaugh. Dawn told her.
Yeah.
We all know it was in her handout too, right? And I'm like, but it was how many years ago?
Right.
Right.
Like, and you haven't tried to use cotton. So in all those years, and now you want to use it. So sometimes you have to go back and revisit things. So
Mhm.
taking another class is a good way to, yes, we all take classes. Yes, we do.
I'm
And
taking one
even-
right now.
And even from each other.
Yeah.
Yes, we all do.
I'm taking one from this great lady.
So yeah.
She took one from me on my jean jacket.
I did take one from her too. So as it went, I took one from you too. So yeah, because you're always going to learn something.
Right.
And sometimes it's, I don't ever want to do this project. This is not me. And that's an okay thing.
Mhm.
It's completely okay.
Mhm.
Just sit through the class. Don't leave the class, right? Because
Right.
you will pick up something there.
And you're supposed to be there for a reason,
Yeah.
and you don't know what the reason is. So I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Hello, Judy from Georgia. How are you doing?
Hi, Judy.
All right. So trend setting, what we started with at the beginning, is whatever you want it to be.
Peach fuzz.
Peach
Peach
fuzz.
fuzz.
We want it as in a drink. I want it in liquid form. What is my favorite class? Oh my gosh. I would have to
Wow,
say, my class with Dory and mandalas has been fabulous. So Dory Haruska from what's her store? I'm losing it at the moment. She's down in Nixa,
Oh my God,
Missouri.
how can we not remember her store name?
Quilted Joy. No, that's Huffman.
That's Angela Huffman.
There's something. It's another take on that. I'm so sorry. You can look up
Just-
Dory.
Yeah, somebody look up Dory.
And
Find it for her.
I'm gonna go teach at her store because
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I know because I just wrote it out. But Dory is a fabulous mandala class that lasts a whole year.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And so
There
it's
you
a
go.
long one.
It's not close to Quilted Joy at all. It's Forever Quilting.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Phone a friend.
Phone a
Thank you,
friend.
Donna
Oh.
having our back there.
Oh, God.
So
Donna, we've been a little brain has been working over brain.
class that I've ever taken was one I took with Claudia File.
Mm.
I had gone over to Germany to teach classes there, and the day I arrived, I had jet lag, and she was teaching a class, and we were piecing and quilting on the long arm. I want to say she actually had it all pieced for us, and we were just quilting different fills on the long arm. I kept falling asleep during the class on her Freddie. It was bad, but I still learned so much during that class, and part of it was I wasn't in my head, right? Because I kept trying to fall asleep. I mean, I probably had 14 cups of espresso that day.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
So yeah, every time I fell asleep, they'd go, Miss Angela, espresso, cappuccino. Like, here you go. Here's another one, lady. What are we going to do to keep
What's
you
your
awake?
favorite class?
It's my favorite class.
Oh, I think you talked about it earlier. So thank you, Donna, for saving me with Forever Quilting. Because Dory, I had her beautiful face in my brain. I had her beautiful smile and laugh in my brain, but I couldn't. And her store is phenomenal. But I'm bad with names.
And we just saw her a couple months ago together. So it's
With her quilted jeans.
With her, yeah, she had on quilted jeans. We had quilted jackets. It was pretty cool.
Which you probably the class you just took, right? That you had the recipe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the classes I've taken are for machine repair or sales training.
How to fix the machine.
Eva and I, who just commented earlier, actually went down to Baby Lock sales training, and that was awesome. They do a phenomenal job. They have a phenomenal product, and they have phenomenal support for their product. But yeah, my favorite takeaway, I said it earlier, I don't think in the live here, but on a podcast you'll see later.
Yes.
Is from Linda, the educator there, just explaining that the needle and the thread and
Good fabric.
kind of the fabric you're working on is your recipe for success. So if you don't have good thread, you're not going to be successful. So, or if you didn't change your needle, you're not going to be successful. So change the needle, get good thread, get good quality fabric, and that should set you up for success.
Yeah, a needle is less than $1. Change the needle.
But see, even in a class as that, learning the technique of how to fix a machine, right? Or how to sell the machine is what you all were really kind of going down
Yeah,
for.
I gotta admit, I kind of liked my CMT class too.
Yeah.
I like the
for sure.
hands-on,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
That was fun. Because
Yeah.
Amy's awesome.
Yeah, the APQS training
Yeah.
is good.
That's another good class.
Yeah, that is another good class. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I think we might be here all night long if we talk about our favorite classes. So with that, I want you guys to be a trendsetter. I want you guys to pick the next fabrics that go together that other people, who cares what their opinion is? Who cares? There are no quilting police in the world. Do not let anybody tell you that purple and yellow don't belong together, or gray and gold don't belong together, or black and white don't belong together. Okay? You do you. You have a fabulous time, or old and new and batik and rayons. Don't let anybody tell you what it is that needs to go together or whatever. You do you. Be fantabulous. And comment and share for us if you could, because that's the best thing you can do for any small business that is in your world, is if you comment and you share and you tell other people about it, and even just liking a post or on YouTube or whatever, it's all good, right?
Or even just watching the whole video.
Yeah.
It seems weird, but we get extra points for you watching the entire video.
Mhm.
Hmm.
With that, we will be live in a month. We will not
Oh,
be
we need
here.
to explain why we're here tonight.
Yeah.
Because typically we would be here next Wednesday.
Mhm.
But I didn't think you wanted to just hear me. These two are going to be on a plane.
Yep.
So I was going to be by myself. So I thought it would be more fun to come in while we were all here together,
Mhm.
right? And in the same room and do it instead of it being just me next Wednesday.
Mhm.
So we kind of came a little early,
Little early.
Yeah. We did it early so that yeah, I wouldn't be just me talking in a room by myself. I can do it if you want me to.
So watch our Facebook pages and our YouTube, sign up for the newsletters.
Yeah.
We will have more information. We are going to be definitely doing some reels about this guy just winking and nodding about going to Raleigh. I mean, not Raleigh, to Nashville. See, I'm all messed up. I'm verklempt. Anyway, um, I'm so glad I get to make her laugh. Anyway, you guys are fabulous. Keep quilting, keep showing us what you're doing, keep sharing, and just thank you for listening to us babble. You guys are awesome.
And we'll be back at the correct time next month.
Yes.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Bye.